Hi, Ryan, and welcome to the Cognitive Recalibration podcast.
Hi.
Boys. I'm your host, Shravan.
Hi.
We've got Taran here with us.
Hello.
And we've got a special guest,
Hi.
Spider-Man. I like to call it Spider-Man
Hi.
correspondent. Hi is here.
Nameless guest.
And apparently faceless as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he did consent to being on video, so he's using a blanket. It's red.
I hope Taran's experience with deepfakes helps me.
Yeah, some
Yes.
people will get that, some people won't.
So, is Spider-Man actually your favorite superhero?
Probably. After what they did with the last Thor movie, yeah, I think Spider-Man at the moment.
Are you
Yeah.
going to keep that blanket on that mic for the whole thing?
Yeah, all right.
I mean, you can't see my face anyway. Like, I don't think it's really gonna matter. But yeah, Frank Ocean represent.
There's
Yeah,
no
cool.
segue from
No,
that.
no, I don't- yeah, fair enough.
Frank Ocean did not appear on the soundtrack. I don't know.
Yeah. So, obviously, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse came out a couple of weeks ago. It's taken the box office by storm, and critically, it's doing exceptionally well. I think it's like the highest rated superhero movie on IMDb, so it's gone ahead of The Dark Knight at the moment.
Oh wow.
So it's like 9.1 or something on IMDb.
I just haven't been keeping up since I watched it. I didn't realize it was so popular.
Yeah, it's a lot of people are calling it like the best superhero movie ever, best animated movie ever. So we'll get into our thoughts on what we think about all of that. So obviously we'll do non-spoilers to begin with, and we'll jump into spoilers later on in the episode. So we'll clearly indicate when that's going to happen. So a bit of background. The first Spider-Man, so Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, was directed by a trio of directors. Interestingly, they didn't return for this, so they got another trio of directors. But it is written and produced by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who were involved with the first one as well. All the cast, in terms of the main cast from the first one, are back. So Shamik Moore as Miles Morales and Haley Steinfeld as Gwen Stacy, and range of other people. But Oscar Isaac, who was hinted at the end of the last one as Spider-Man 2099, is a prominent character in this one. Other thing I'll mention is the runtime. So the runtime is 140 minutes. So that makes it the longest American animated movie ever. So I think there's Japanese animation movies that are longer,
I'm not surprised.
but this is
Looking
the
at your
longest.
wall.
Yeah, we've got. I don't think I've got oh no, there it is. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Just, you probably can't see it in. I'll put a shot in later, but yeah, Miles Morales up there.
Just deepfake the walls as well. Easy.
This is going to involve a lot of post-production this episode.
Taran can do it. Taran's been doing it for 6 months now.
Why only 6 months?
I don't know. When ChatGPT got involved.
Oh, yeah, it makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, helps.
There's this thing on Photoshop where you can just do generative AI. Have you guys seen that?
How are we getting into this?
This is a bit of a sidetrack, but if you get a picture on Photoshop and you got the full version, you can highlight an extra section, and then in the generative AI, you put what you want in there, and then it'll make it for you.
Wow.
I see.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Thanks for that.
yes.
So next, last thing I'll mention, budget is 100 million, which seems low, to be honest, just because of the amount of animation that was in this movie. The previous one was only 90 million, so it's only a 10 million increase from the last one. And when you compare it to other animated movies like the Pixar ones, those are usually closer to the 200 million range. So,
But it
interesting.
probably took them, I reckon, a lot of the investment in that engine that makes the animation would have been in that first movie. And
Yeah,
once they
maybe.
already established it, then it would have been easier.
Yeah, although they do experiment with different types of animation in this one, which we'll also get into. That's it, I guess, in terms of background. Box office so far is close to 400 million. So it's probably on track to maybe get close to that 1 billion worldwide by the end of its gross. Still be behind the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which is the highest grossing movie of this year so far.
Crap. How much is that?
1.3, I think, billion.
How much did the Avengers make?
Avengers 1 was 1 point. What did you say?
Don't worry.
$800. That's how much our group spent on that.
Avengers 1 was 1.5, I think. So Endgame is 2.7. And
Did Way of the Water beat Endgame?
no, it didn't beat Endgame. It beat Infinity War. It didn't beat Endgame. Yeah. So the first Avatar is still the highest grossing one.
What's
though.
that?
Close to 3. I think it's 2.9 or something. With all the re-releases though. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So we'll get into our thoughts on it, spoiler free, and then we'll jump into spoilers after that. So do you want to start first as our guest?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know. So how do you want to just
Just do positives.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
that's what I normally do.
What are your thoughts coming out of the cinema?
Yeah, so I really enjoyed the movie. I was surprised that it was so good. I thought the first movies, I really liked the first movie. So I always go back to that movie to watch. So I was expecting it to be decent, but I was like, all right, we'll give it a chance. Maybe it won't be as good, but I was surprised at how good it was. Very impressed with the themes that they had going, not the music themes, but like the actual visual themes of each different universe. They kind of had certain moods that they depicted visually, depending on the universe that they were exploring, or the Spider-Verse. I think one good thing was in the previous movie, because there was so much to do, and you really had to just get the attention of the audience and drag them in, and the movie wasn't that long in the first one. So I think there was at points in time you could tell that stories were underdeveloped, or they just breezed past it. In this, I think they really went into storylines, and even there's people that you thought would have been side characters like Gwen Stacy that they actually go into the backstory of, and they properly explore what's important for a lot of these characters.
I think Gwen is essentially a
co-main.
co-lead, in this one. If not, the movie starts with her, so she's mainly driving most of the plot as well. So she's definitely more prominent in this one. She was pretty prominent compared to the other Spider characters in the previous one, but this one definitely, I think she's a co-lead.
I don't know. You got any ideas?
Animation?
Yeah, animation was pretty spectacular.
Probably what we thought would be good in it, but it's very good. They
It
do a
isn't what
better
I
job.
thought it would. I thought it would be more of the same animation from the previous one, but they really used the multiverse aspect to experiment with different types of animation, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So you get a wide range in this one, which is, a lot of people have been comparing this with other multiverse movies that have come out, because that's the thing at the moment. And the movie with multiverse in its name, the Doctor Strange movie, was so much better than this.
Yeah, that's what we're getting to, right?
That's what you're insinuating.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
I was just
Doctor Strange, that Doctor Strange, that movie was better than Endgame and Infinity War combined.
Yeah, the first one, and then the second one's just infinitely better.
They definitely show much more of the multiverse, which was good in this.
Well, that I think they actually have to. I mean, the whole concept. It's called Into the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse. So
It's not called Into the Spider-Verse.
just got that. What are we reviewing the second one? What? We haven't reviewed the first one, probably. No, but it's Spider-Verse. That's the concept of these. It's not a Miles Morales movie. It's a Spider-Verse movie. So essentially, these guys have it down pat. The ideas and everything has to be about the multiverse. But I agree. I mean, Doctor Strange, that was bloody there was 2 or 3 universes in that.
Yeah, and even within those universes, they weren't that different to the actual universe.
It's a cop out.
There was subtle differences, but not really big differences. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Music is good.
I enjoy a lot of the themes, which some of
Especially
you guys like and some of you don't.
The Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah. The the Spider-Woman Gwen Stacy theme's actually really good as well. They played at the start of the movie. I don't know if you remember it.
Do you think the soundtrack for this is better than the soundtrack for the first one?
I think it is. I think I need more time because I
don't think it is. I listened to it.
Yeah.
I think there's one or two good songs in that, but I don't think like there's no points that are like "What's Up, Danger" or like
Home.
or even "Sunflower." You know, like I was
Sunflower,
running
yeah.
through, or just yeah.
What,
I
what's
just
the
like
one?
the general themes in the back as well. Not
Well,
the
that's-
songs,
I
but
thought
the
that
general
score.
themes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like
the score. Yeah.
score. Yeah,
Yeah.
score's good because you love that Oscar Isaac's 29.
No, that's actually not my favorite. The best one's the Spider-Gwen one.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen to that
The
later.
Spider-Gwen one started in the first movie. It starts when they do her flashback.
Is it? Are you sure it's the same one?
Yeah.
It might be a different one. It might be. I can't remember.
But I'm pretty sure it is. Well, at least in the first movie, when they reference, there's a theme that plays when she talks about how the person for her in her life that died was Peter Parker, and they have like this theme that goes on. I'm pretty sure it's an extension of that theme that they built it upon. But that's a really cool theme.
Possibly. But you could also be wrong.
There's a very high chance.
No, I do agree. The first one had a very good soundtrack.
The
So
song that
it's
plays as soon as the credit starts, really good.
in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
What's it calling? No, what's it called?
the calling's good as well.
The violin one.
The violin one.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, that's what I'm saying. Those two songs
Yeah.
are the good songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the thing about the first movie is there was a lot of those songs come out of nowhere. Like the soundtrack's very different. I think
It's diverse,
it came up like a year after Black Panther did. And Black Panther, the soundtrack that was put together by Kendrick Lamar, was very interesting. It was full hype hip hop, and I don't think people were expecting with the first Spider-Verse movie, they weren't expecting the conglomeration of songs to actually fit well. Because they're so random. There was like various like Bad Bunny songs in there, or like there's like Latino songs in there, but it makes sense why they're in there because it's Miles Morales and things like that.
There was
And
a
like Familiar and like all those songs.
Jaden Smith song as well, I think.
There is a Jaden Smith song.
In the first one, yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
In the first one, yeah. There is. Yeah.
I thought he was in. Is there?
In the first one, not this
Yeah.
one.
What song is the first one?
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
but,
and
yeah.
that's why they have him in the game, right?
Does that happen in the game?
Yeah, in the game, in the Miles Morales game, his song with Kid Cudi is the main introductory song. You know when you go from like the introduction
'cause
to
he
Miles
hasn't
and he
played it.
starts swinging.
Yeah,
Have you not played it?
No, no. I've
He's
only
played
played
neither of them.
I don't
I've
want
played a bit of the first one.
We
but
got to kick him out of this podcast.
Yeah, He's not a real fan.
Interestingly, we've actually reviewed both of them, and I've been on both episodes. But
Oh, and interestingly, in this bloody movie, someone's playing the Spider-Verse.
He's playing the second one. He's playing the unreleased game, the one that's not out yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my. The third one.
Well, it's Spider-Man 2.
Okay, Spider-Man 2. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was another tangent. But yeah, no, music was good.
There's lots of little things in this movie that you probably won't pick up when you watch, I reckon.
in terms of Easter eggs,
Yeah. Like, there's probably like a million Easter eggs in
there's
this
a lot.
movie. Yeah.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to pick up in your first viewing. I think this is more of a stuff you'd pick up at home when you like.
You
pause
need to
it.
like pause it and then, yeah. Each frame is so dense with
there's-
stuff.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you reckon this movie, I was thinking back on this. I remember when it struck me when I first watched Into Spider-Verse, I started noticing the comic nature of it, right? Where the animation, they don't have smooth animation on purpose. Like they make it so it's like you're flipping through a comic,
Yeah.
right? They have that. I think they got rid of that.
So
Apparently with Spider-Punk, some of him is at a different frame rate to other parts of him.
Yeah, and same
Yeah.
with Spider-Punk.
and even in the first one,
Yeah,
Miles. So Miles, like when he gets the Spider-Man powers and he hasn't like learned how to use them yet, he's at a slower frame rate than Jake Johnson's Spider-Man. So Peter
It's
Parker.
Chris Pine Spider-Man in that.
No, like when he meets
When he meets Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson.
Okay,
yeah. So and they're
Chris
swinging
Pine.
stuff.
Chris Pine's a Spider-Man that dies in
That
Miles
dies.
Morales.
So-
No, it's what actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then,
I thought it was the same voice.
No.
No, it's a different.
Oh,
yeah.
what the hell? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't
The blonde.
even realize.
Blonde
Okay.
Peter
yeah,
Parker.
the blonde.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, as he learns to use his powers more, he gets back to the same frame rate as the rest of the characters. That's what they did in the first one. So that was a deliberate thing.
I'm still
But they still
reeling
use
over
it.
the fact that Chris Pine was that guy.
It's
the whole
such a
time-
minor role, right, for Chris Pine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They still use
Interesting.
different frame rates in this though. Well, I think
Depending on which dimension.
Spider-Punk is
you're
the
from.
most
Yeah.
prominent one. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and the artistic style of that is like
Or there is that villain at
very
the start.
rock esque.
The villain at the start, that's like at a crazy frame rate.
that's yeah.
That's like a paper hand drawn
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Well, that's like it's not even 3D animation for him. He's
it's
2D.
like complete
it's
2D.
2D,
Yeah.
But I think they smoothed out that frame rate much more for Miles. Like they got rid of that, I think, on
Yeah.
purpose, so they could
I think
then make other things look different.
to differentiate. Yeah. So his dimension looks smooth and like normal compared to the other ones.
Mm.
Yeah.
Gwen Stacy's world has like in the background, it's got like a blurred kind of smearing effect
It's
on
like
it.
a very
It's like a
watercolor.
painting.
It's like
Yeah.
watercolor.
Yeah.
And I think it reflects tonally like her in that dimension as well. It's very somber and
Very moody.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very like an emotional sort of kind of basis of it's what like a lot of fan art is like that, where they have the main subject of the painting or whatever or the art, and then the background is just like these blurred colors.
Yeah.
It is very nice though. I really liked it.
Yeah.
Very impressed.
It's like that. Just out of context, you just sent us like a poster of.
It was the Boss Logic poster.
But you just put it in the group and just put it there.
Yeah.
just nothing.
I was like, oh,
it's a great
cool,
poster.
man. There is a lot of scenes in this movie are very pleasurable.
The one scene that I want to get a wallpaper of is when Gwen and Miles are in Miles's universe and they're on top of it might be the Empire State Building, but then they go like underneath and they're hanging off, and you see
all the buildings.
buildings upside down. Or no, the building's right way up, and then her upside down. Yeah.
I've got one or two Spider-Verse posters that are huge. I think I'm gonna have to get another one to add to the collection.
Yeah. My favorite shot still is from the first one where he jumps off and he's
What's
going
up,
up
danger?
while the buildings. That's cool.
What's up, danger? That's the classic.
Yeah.
Jumping off this, he like breaks the glass. Off
Yeah.
No, it's very cool.
Yeah. I also want to mention there's a couple of antagonists, I think, in this. But the Spot is a prominent character. He's got a bit of an arc in this. Like he goes from just being like a comedic villain to actually being like a really big threat by the end of the movie. So it's, and a good performance from
Jason Schwartzman.
Correct. Yeah. Any negatives on this?
The story's pretty basic. It's not amazing,
So what people have been
but
saying
the
about
twist is
this?
pretty sick though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what people have been saying about this is, and I think they weren't aware that this is a two-parter.
That's what I think. That's the sentiment that I didn't realize that they were going to make another movie that was in that. It's not just like, it is proper two-parter. It's not like, it's part of a trilogy of movies. It has
cuts.
an ending, but it's not a conclusion.
I'll say it's better than a previous movie we watched, which is also
Fast
letting
X.
on to another one where that one just ends. It just ends at a random spot. This actually concludes something and ends.
What are you talking, Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
No, those movies are fucking
That movie just ends. It just stops.
think-
But
well,
this one,
I think this is similar to like June Part 1 in the way, because
Yeah.
June was like, there's so much more left in that story, and they just cut it.
Well, I think, what I've realized about June is apparently despite how good it is, they've still cooked the storyline. Like they've only done half of the first book.
It's not even half.
And
It's
they
like-
haven't explained things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even that is controversial in itself.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but June,
But I think there's enough of a, like, from a story sense, there isn't a conclusion, but from a character sense, I think everyone
enough.
sort of
Yeah.
realizes what they need to do in the next movie.
The issue is that if you don't know that it's going to continue on to another part,
I think
you'll get to
abrupt.
like the 1.5 hour mark and you'll be like, wait, like things aren't progressing as quickly or reaching like a climactic time as quick as I thought. And so I was like, where is this going? What's going on here? Like, it's all interesting, but it's like, I don't know if it's going to end. and then you start hearing music and all sorts of stuff, and you're like, oh, okay,
It's yeah.
they're gonna end it here, but it's not an actual ending.
So when it was first announced, it was announced as Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 and 2. So those who weren't across that probably were a bit
good wording.
surprised.
Good wording.
Yeah.
See what you do there. I was surprised. I didn't know.
Yeah. But I still thought, I mean, it was abrupt, but it definitely keeps you anticipating for the next movie. Also, the next movie is not that long away. It's
next year.
It's March. So it's not even a full year away.
Nice. Yeah, I think they're definitely they've become quite efficient at making it. And also they released that movie on Netflix called Intergalactic, where Kid Cudi is the voice of the main guy. It's about like these two 30-year-olds that I think they live in New York, but it uses the same animation as Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
And I think the creative team behind the first movie, essentially, they knew Kid Cudi already because he did, he was involved in the soundtrack, and they were able to quickly. That movie was also, it's not an amazing movie, but it's very cool to check out the theme. So I think they've gotten down this artwork pat, the down pat. They've got that engine or however they.
Yeah. Well, a lot of other animations have been inspired by Into the Spider-Verse. Like the new Puss in Boots movie was also similar in terms of the animation style.
Really?
Yeah, and apparently
it's good.
that movie's meant to be really good. We still haven't had a chance to watch it.
I
But
swear, wasn't the old one shit? Or
Yeah,
just
I
like
haven't
cop
seen
out, like.
Well, I think the Shrek movies are diminishing returns after like the first two.
No, but they're a meme now. People love them still.
Do they?
Or well, people love the first two at least.
Yeah.
You gotta
I
get
think the
off
first
TikTok.
one is still
Get off
very-
TikTok, dude. Your algorithm's cooked.
He represents Gen Z on this
I'm so far away from Gen Z though. Like, I'm not even there.
because you watch TikTok. So you're like,
Okay, yeah. But
I'm
I'm
not
like
saying
the-
you're actually Gen
Yeah.
Z. I'm saying,
No. But I've probably got like an altered perception of Gen Z. A Gen Z person will listen to this and be like, "Who the fuck's this guy?"
I don't think any Gen Z people listen to this. Do
uh,
you reckon?
I think our
I reckon
demographics
it's a
mostly
bit older.
60 plus.
yeah, 60 plus and Gen Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
60 plus and 8 below.
Yeah.
Plus and bachelors only.
All right. I don't think that there's not many other negatives. I mean, it is a long movie, but there is a lot in there. It does move a bit slow in the first hour, but that's just because they're setting up stuff. But yeah, I don't have too many negatives on this. I think it's pretty well made. The question is it better than Into the Spider-Verse for you?
I reckon it is.
Yeah.
I actually reckon, maybe we can go into this in spoilers, but I reckon this is the best Spider-Man movie that they've done.
Well,
Because they,
What about the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
that's just a phenomenon of cinema. That should have
that's
got a
just a
40-minute
masterpiece.
standing ovation.
It probably did. Everything gets a 40-minute standing ovation at
Did you hear about the new Indiana Jones?
It
movie?
got like a 10-minute, but like it wasn't very good. But they're like, we'll give it a 10-minute standing ovation.
Which is
It's just
like
people
like a
trying to-
condolence.
There's actually people
standing
trying to leave.
ovation.
Everyone just trying to leave, but they couldn't. So everyone just stood up and they're like, what do we
Literally,
do?
like an 8-minute standing ovation at Card is like, this movie sucks.
yeah, pretty much.
So anything lower than 8 is not good.
And it was like described as a polite 8-minute.
A polite 8 minute. 8 minutes is way too long to be clapping for.
Yeah.
Mate, someone needs Harrison Ford let the guy just die. Let the poor guy just die.
Is
In
it
peace.
the next Thunderbolts? Is it? Yeah, he's
Mate,
doing.
just let the guy die. He clearly has no interest. Mate, he has no interest in anything he does.
He's in this TV show
He
called.
hates Star Wars for sure.
He's in this TV show called Shrinking on Apple TV Plus. So he's actually really good in it. It's the only thing I've seen him where he's like, I actually like doing this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just always see him in interviews and I'm just like,
He
mate,
hates
this
Star
guy
Wars.
just hates life. I think he hates everything, mate.
He likes Indiana Jones. He hates Star Wars though.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, no, as I was saying, I think there's some key elements in this movie that they highlight about Spider-Man and like the Spider-Man story that actually work. Like when you talk about the points in that way and you kind of highlight the importance of Spider-Man journeys the characters go through, that's kind of something they explore. And I think that's really good because that gets to the essence of Spider-Man. And I think a lot of other movies, they kind of did it in No Way Home, but no, it wasn't done as smoothly And this is just, I think this
More
was
organic
much better.
in the way it was.
I thought
done.
Into the Spider-Verse, my opinion was the whole time that Into the Spider-Verse was actually the best Spider-Man movie. Now I reckon this one is.
Yeah. So I give it a cognitive recalibration. Definitely watch it. I think it's definitely worth it. You?
What's your
It's
rating?
pretty decent. Yeah.
Is that right? That's
I give it 4 Infinity Stones out of 7.
I give it a 27-minute standing ovation, which I'll begin now.
Slow it down as well.
all right. I guess we'll jump into spoilers because we've got a lot more to discuss in spoilers. So if you haven't seen Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, definitely go watch it. Come back to this point in the episode and listen to our spoilers. All right. So let's get into some spoilers.
Yeah.
So where do we can just go sequentially. Well, what we can remember from the movie. So it starts with Gwen, and this segment goes for quite some time. The other thing that people said about this part was they couldn't hear the dialogue.
Yeah, apparently that's like a mixing problem with the theater, but they
No,
fixed
apparently that's what they.
It's like Tenet all over again.
No, it's
Yeah.
It's not. The theater had to play it in a particular way, the audio. Otherwise, you can't hear it properly. So some theaters weren't playing it properly, which is why you couldn't hear it properly.
Yeah.
But they've fixed it now. They've sent out a new reel so that people can hear
okay.
it properly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not how it was intended. You're meant to hear it properly.
I can't
But
believe
some
you guys didn't like Tenet.
Let's not talk about that now.
Also, did you hear Oppenheimer's 3 hours long?
It's coming out next week, isn't it?
No, it's like a month away. Yeah.
Oh, a
It's
month
in
away.
July. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, Tenet, go listen to our episode of Tenet where Kireeti featured as a guest. It's one of our
These guys didn't like it. Fucking hell.
most entertaining episodes. But back to Spider-Verse. So
Surrounded by retards.
this the Gwen segment, it goes for quite some time. Like it's like the first 15
20 minutes.
minutes of the movie.
Really? 15.
I think it was there's quite a bit that happens because they established that
Oh, how old is Gwen, by the way? Like,
she's only a year older than Miles.
but she's like, it looks like she's just going around town by herself, and like, I find it weird when, so her father's happy for her. Does she not go to school? Like, she's just like going around town joining like bands and stuff.
Isn't that part of her school, the band?
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so confused. I thought, I was getting a bit confused because I'm like, I think this girl's a bit older.
She's
And-
like 17.
Yeah.
She's like 17. Okay.
Yeah.
Miles is 15.
Wait, he's
16 or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Even that, and you're like, oh, so like 17-year-old girl who just she disappears for weeks at a time when she goes into the
I guess
to
her
the
father's
multiverse,
probably
and her dad's like, fuck it, my last fucked anyway. Let her go into the
Well,
multiverse.
she just disappears the once, I think. Or,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
she disappeared in the first movie, I guess, for a bit. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I guess her father's a policeman. Maybe he's busy and
he's an absentee
No, but, like-
father.
yeah.
No, I mean, like, he clearly cared that she was going somewhere, but like,
Yeah.
he should be worried sick
Yeah.
more than just be like worried. His underage daughter's disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Also,
But he knew she was. He saw her go through the portal, I guess. So
Yeah, so maybe
Mm.
he just suddenly started believing that this was a thing. Like, it's
Yeah.
True. It's weird.
but they cover the backstory in this regarding Peter Parker, her Peter Parker, because in the first one they do mention that her Peter Parker dies, but we don't know.
Her Peter Parker's a fucking idiot. Let me just say, he's a fucking idiot.
he turns into the lizard. Yeah,
Lizard, yeah.
yeah,
I thought it was Green Goblin, but it's Lizard.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah, and to what? So they could beat up someone.
So he knew she was Spider-Man, and he wanted to
But-
be Spider-Man as well. I think.
Yeah, no. They didn't really, yeah. I just remember just turning to you and going like, this Spider-Man's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Peter Parker's a fucking idiot.
But he dies, and it's a canon event.
it's kind of an event that so she's already Spider-Woman at that.
Spider-Girl.
Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, Spider-Gwen.
Just Spider-Girl, right?
Spider-Ghost as well, I think, is one of her other names.
I think
Ghost-
she becomes Spider-Woman
Ghost Spider,
eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She says Spider-Woman in this.
Yeah.
She's
No, I think she said Spider-Girl and someone else says they're Spider-Woman.
that other lady's also
Spider-Woman.
Spider-Woman. Yeah,
Yeah,
But
Jessica
she
Drew.
calls
Yeah.
herself Spider-Girl.
maybe.
Doesn't matter.
She is a girl. so-
Made matters.
Review the footage.
No, let's go back on. Bring up YouTube. See the clip.
Cruise TV.
So our sponsor for this week is all right. Yeah, so that whole segment it's pretty sad as well. Like everything with Gwen is a bit sad in this movie. But then it's interesting how a father's like, he essentially puts his profession ahead of in being a father. So when she tells him that she is Spider Gwen, he thinks about it, but then he decides to arrest her, essentially. So, and then that's what triggers her to leave. But the segment with the villain, that was very interesting. The 2D
like
parchment type animation.
Yeah.
The Vulture. And then Spider-Man 2099 turns up, and that begins the movie. Does the title only come up after that? I think the title comes...
Probably.
I'm trying to remember, but I think the title comes
Yeah.
up after Gwen's segment. And when
it's
you
like
get
an
to
intro
Miles.
to the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you get to Miles. So even Miles' segment goes for some time because they're trying to establish that he's...
The setup is quite long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like obviously skipping school and stuff, but then he's getting towards the end of his... he'll be going to college soon, right? And I think we're introduced when his parents are having is it like
Like a parent-teacher conference.
Is he going to college? He's only 16, 15.
he's about to go to college.
I think he's
yeah.
I think he's going to go to his 2 years as a senior.
So-
Like
yeah.
his sophomore and senior years or whatever they're called. What are they called? Like year 11, year 12.
Yeah, so I think
Junior,
he's in...
senior,
Oh,
yeah.
he said he's 15, right? So he
Junior's
must be...
9.
No, it's junior. It's sophomore, junior, senior, I think.
Isn't it like junior, middle, high? Or how does it work?
It's
in America?
sophomore, junior,
Yeah.
senior, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
We're not American. Yeah.
It's stupid. Just call it by numbers.
But anyway, I think he's going into his final years of secondary school, and he'll be going into college. So, and he wants to move away from Brooklyn. I think that was his intention, because he wants to do stuff that's not available in Brooklyn. And then his parents. It was interesting when his the counselor, teacher or whatever, she's like, "Oh, he's lying to you, right?" And then his mum, I think she knew sort of, but I think that kind of confirmed her suspicions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the Spot gets introduced. So again, I didn't think the Spot would be such a big villain. Like I thought it would just be some guy at the start of the movie, but then he turns into like this massive, like very powerful villain by the end of the movie, or like even by the middle
I mean,
of
his
the movie.
powers themselves his power is that he can go through, or you can create channels
Multiverses.
through the universes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, once I saw this guy, I'm like, yo, what the fuck? That's actually pretty powerful power.
Yeah.
And then, once he goes
And
extreme, then it's like,
It also makes sense that he's the central villain because he brings in the spider that bites Miles from the other dimension. So that and then Miles was the reason that he became what he is today. So both of them are
sort
like,
of interconnected. Yeah.
yeah. But then
That's actually something I only noticed when I watched Into the Spider-Verse like a few weeks ago, was that the spider that actually bites him is actually not from the universe.
Yeah, because it glitches out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it escalates pretty quickly with the Spot. Is that his name? The Spot?
Yeah.
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 Because he goes from like, oh, I'm just like, I'm not the villain of the week type thing to like, I'm going to kill your family.
Yeah. Destroy everything.
Yeah. At the end of the last movie, you see Gwen coming out of the portal to meet Miles. So it comes back to that like in the middle of this movie where he meets Gwen again, and then they hang around for a bit. But then Gwen's obviously, she's not actually there to meet him. Like that was, she's doing that as well as other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they go to Mumbattan. So what's this
Mumbai
guy's name?
and Manhattan.
What's this guy's name? I keep thinking it's Pavitra, but
It is. It's Pavitra Prabhakaran.
Prabhakaran? Is that his name?
Pavitra. Yeah.
Pavitra, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not Pavitra,
Tra. Yeah. It's Pavitra.
which is actually,
Pavitra.
it's a nice name.
Yeah.
Prabhakaran, right? Surname?
Yeah.
Which is Tamil name.
Yeah.
He's in Mumbai. I guess Mumbai.
He's a Mumbai. Yeah. The captain, is it Captain Singh?
Yes.
Captain Singh. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the canon event in that universe. So we should probably
The canon event is the captains die in every universe.
Which is
Well, we
It's
don't
an
know. We
interesting-
don't know if that's true though.
Yeah.
Because we don't know.
I think they are saying that it's not true.
I think it's going to be that it's not true. And
Yeah,
this
well, did it
Spider-Man 2099 guys just bullshit.
just making stuff up. Yeah. Did it happen in Tobey Maguire's? Because Gwen Stacy was in the.
It could have happened after.
he
It
didn't-
could have happened after
He
the
could-
movies. Yeah.
It could have happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
It obviously happens in the Amazing Spider-Man movie, and they actually have some footage of that movie in this. And the captain in Miles's universe is his
Tom
father.
Holland.
It doesn't. It hasn't
Not
happened yet.
yet.
Yeah.
Well, Gwen's hasn't even shown up yet.
Gwen-
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it
it's-
doesn't have to be Gwen's dad. It just has to be a captain.
Yeah, which is the weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
I think-
concept.
I think it's going to turn out to be not true. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they say it in the trailer. Like, in the trailer, he's like, "All you guys are telling me how my life should be led," or
That was
Whatever you
also commentary on the Miles Morales character. So, like, when they first introduced Miles Morales, the traditional Spider-Man fans did not accept him as Spider-Man, and they said, you don't look like, you're not Spider-Man, you're Peter Parker's Spider-Man, you don't have anything
some
that...
black kid. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a kind of meta commentary on that, saying, this is what Miles, anyone can be Spider-Man, and Miles is one of the Spider-Man. So that's, but yeah,
Right.
they do say Miles was actually never meant to become Spider-Man in his universe, because if he didn't interfere, the Peter Parker in his universe wouldn't have died. So the whole thing that happened with him going down into the sewer, and it kind of happens because of that spider that kind of escaped into this dimension, but all of that wasn't meant to happen.
Technically, none of that makes sense because
I think
think about it.
It is a
Think
bit,
about
yeah.
it because it means that the universe that created the Kingpin or Fisk that could create that what do they call it? Whatever they're trying to, that multiverse machine that can open up the multiverse. That
should
the Spider-Man should have prevented that technically
Yeah.
from happening in the first place. But if according to canon that was allowed, then all of this cross universe stuff should be allowed. So yeah, I think it is just like it wasn't. Look, it's just a series of unfortunate events, literally. Like it's just like that's what happened. But it is quite interesting because when you think about it, and I think it's been kind of proven in the universes, which is that if he never became Spider-Man, he might have ended up going down some crazy path.
Which is what they sort of get
So
to
in
at
the
the end.
first movie, when he meets Chris Pine Spider-Man, and do you know how they do that thing where the thing comes out like
Spider Sense. Yeah.
Spider Sense?
Yeah.
So the colors initially when he sees the Chris Pine Spider-Man is the Prowler colors, and then when Chris Pine realizes he's got the same powers, it changes to the Spider-Man colors. So that is when his destiny changed from becoming the Prowler to becoming
Big.
the Spider-Man.
That's a big. That's like like the language analysis in like year 12.
Yeah.
And you're like,
But it's
a big
I saw-
analysis on like just colors.
I saw it online and it makes sense because it's initially purple and yellow. Is that the Prowler's colors?
Yeah.
And then it changes to blue and red.
Yeah.
Is that the Prowler's colors always? In this, it is.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. In the
it's-
comics.
In the comics, it is. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
That's what his suit looks like. Yeah.
And they confirm Donald Glover as a Prowler in Tom Holland's universe, huh?
They.
Oh,
Well,
it doesn't
I mean-
have to be.
Well, it
Tom
doesn't have
Holland's
to be that, but yeah, obviously.
But he's
like
already
in a
it.
universe.
But he's already in that universe. He's already.
He is in that universe.
Yeah, Donald
but-
Glover.
And he already talks about his nephew, and he says he's Aaron. Well, I think they reference that his name's Aaron or something. Right?
Yeah. He talks about his nephew. So yeah, maybe they'll eventually get to that at some stage. They also reference the Venom universe.
Oh yeah, the Spot goes into it for a bit.
Yeah. With that
Yeah.
lady.
They reference.
They've got Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yes,
Yep.
it's got Spectacular. I think it's got
I've got another animated Spider-Man
animated, yeah.
actually in featuring.
the original.
It's got the
animated.
original one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he like hits a wall or something.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
they've got another one, right? Another one joins their group at the end, like I think that's the new Spider-Man animated that they have on Disney.
Yeah, I think it's that new
It's
one.
shit. It looks like shit.
Oh,
I think
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
It's that minimal.
the face looks weird.
It's like the very minimal style of animation
Yeah.
that they went for. Yeah, yeah.
And they had obviously Tobey Maguire's. That scene
Referenced.
was referenced, and I
Yeah.
think also
The-
Andrew Garfield's. Yeah.
Andrew Garfield was
They
actually
just show Andrew Garfield.
yeah, there. They didn't actually show Toby, but they showed his Uncle Ben.
They
yeah.
showed Tobey Maguire's Uncle Ben.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But they
Oh,
didn't
yeah, yeah.
reference. Oh, yeah, but
Yeah.
they didn't show Tom Holland.
They did not.
They did show Tom Holland.
I think the only
but he gets
reference-
referenced at
with
the
the
start.
Doctor Strange reference.
Yeah, yeah.
but he's
Really? No, I don't know. I think they
He
just
said
they just say Doctor
Spider-Man
Strange.
in 2019 in the
Earth,
universe,
yeah.
in Earth, whatever, which is the
But in-
MCU Earth.
is that the MCU?
It
Earth?
is, yeah.
Okay, because I thought that the MCU Earth was another number. I thought it was
No,
always
because in Spider-Man, no,
No Way
with the
Home.
one with Mysterio. Which one's that one?
Far From Home.
He says it's Earth 616, but he's just lying because he doesn't know.
Just makes up.
He just makes up shit. So
Too far.
Yeah, I always thought it was
Starting
another
on
number.
The-
but
the-
it's
Six.
in the comics, the original Marvel universe is Earth 616,
yes,
but it's not. In
MCU.
the comics, the MCU is the one that he says in this.
yeah. I'm pretty sure in this movie, Multiverse of Madness.
Why do you
they
even have
mention-
this poster up, bro? Man, you got to change this. Get rid of this.
I do like the that artwork and that particular scene. Although she doesn't fight in that scene, is pretty good.
Captain Mexico does nothing in that movie.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a potential, and obviously the Donald Glover could be a reference to Tom Holland as well.
Could be. Yeah.
But I have a feeling
When
next
did you get that? That's
Interstellar.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
that's
always
great.
had that one.
That's so good.
Yeah.
And it's in a watch. That's dope. I was
Yeah.
thinking of buying that watch. It's a Hamilton or something.
Other references. There's a T-Rex Spider-Man.
There is. Yep.
Yeah, what the
There's a car. Peter parked car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the comics, he does have a car at one stage.
He
like a
does. But I
spider.
think that car is Peter Park.
like the
yeah.
actual spider.
That the car's a Spider-Man.
the from the previous movie, the Penny Parker, I think.
She's in it.
She's in it.
She's
They're all
in it.
back. That old
At the end,
the whole
they
team are all back.
at the end they come back, but Penny you see before the end.
Oh, they've got Mayday Parker. That's the baby.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they call it
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I guess he names his daughter after his auntie, May, and then calls it Mayday
Mayday.
because
yeah.
she's just up to crazy shit. So it's
Yeah.
Mayday.
Yeah.
Up to-
So she has powers, obviously.
no, she
I
doesn't
know
have
she has
powers.
web shooters.
I think she has. I think she will. Yeah, she'll
Yeah.
have powers because she's just
Eventually.
like
She's
she's naturally just like swinging upside down.
Yeah.
And doing, well, she's crawling on walls and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
she does have powers. Yeah.
I think she does have powers
Yeah.
because
Does-
he's already has powers and he has.
does Jake Johnson have the organic?
No.
He's got the
No,
yeah.
but you already have. Oh no, you don't have.
He's
grip,
got
do
the
you?
dingo.
Do you have grip?
You do have grip.
you have
yeah.
grip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you
she's
have
got grip,
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got the grip.
but you don't
Yeah.
have like.
There's not enough Jake Johnson in this movie. He was my favorite in the previous movie,
Yeah, he's
but
got
he's
the
not
grip.
in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
Gwen took more of the side. The
I think
credit.
he'll be in the next one a lot more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, she puts together the team at the end of
Still
the
can't
movie.
believe Chris Pine was the voice of the first guy. What?
Jake
It is
Johnson's a lot
interesting.
better though.
So hey, just confirming. So in Into the Spider-Verse, the blonde Peter Parker is essentially the same as Peter B. Parker, but
He does
They-
get a divorce.
yeah, but their lives diverge, but they look the same. Apart from the blonde hair,
They look.
exactly the
He
same.
says it. They look the same. Except
Yeah.
he's got.
So, which is interesting because when you're in the lobby, you find out that no one is the same. They're all different.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of Peter Parkers around, right?
yeah,
But
like the Lego. The
Oh, the
people.
Lego one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, that was. Did you hear that was animated
By
by
a
14?
14-year-old.
Yeah, that whole segment was
nice.
done by a 14-year-old.
but a lot of so it's funny that Peter Parker is always this prevailing thing throughout these universes, but then there's all these other Spider, like there's a Miles Morales, and then there's obviously this
Gwen.
the Oscar Isaac's character. What's his name? It's something.
I'll get it.
Latino boy.
Yeah. So I've got a theory about him actually.
Well,
But
and
we'll
also
get to
they
that.
introduced the fact that he's a vampire, but they just breeze over it very
Yeah.
quickly.
Is he?
I don't know the
In
comic.
the
lore.
comics, he's not a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
He's got fangs though. in the
Yeah.
comics. Yeah.
So a lot of people's theory about Oscar Isaac's character is that he was the captain in his universe. You know how he says he takes the place of someone else? So that he was the captain in that universe. So he took the place of someone, the one that died in another universe so that he could spend time with his daughter. But then that created that canon event. But he could.
But he has to take he
could just be making that up. So
oh yeah, okay. If he's making the whole thing up, then he's taking the place of someone else.
yeah,
I think he's just making shit up. Yeah.
But if he's saying it's for his daughter, then you can't. You have to be taking the place of yourself. You can't be taking.
yeah, he was taking place of himself. But in that universe, he was the captain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his name's Miguel O'Hara.
O'Hara.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
right. Yeah. I really liked Ben Riley. He's not in it much, but Ben Riley by Andy Samberg,
Andy Samberg.
is
Yeah.
hilarious.
So Ben Riley.
He's a dumbass one.
Yeah.
So when they did the Ben Riley comics, like everything was like all the internalized dialogue was externalized in the comics. So whatever he does, he says. So he's like, "I'm in the dark alley. I'm looking into the portal. Something's going wrong here."
He's also like a widely disliked Spider-Man character.
Because of the style.
Just like because he was a clone. He was in the Clone Saga, which is largely hated as well.
I think it's because it's a style, because it's just like trying to be edgy and like,
yeah.
but it's not.
It's
Yeah. But he was hilarious.
But even
Yeah.
the storyline was
Yeah.
not like.
It reminds me of like how like self-aware they were when they have the Nick Cage Spider-Man noir.
Yeah.
He's like,
So sometimes I like to burn a match just to feel something.
It's like,
I think they wrote
guy.
him out of the first movie because they probably didn't want to have him and who was the Peter Porker who voiced
That's is that other comedian guy.
But yeah, basically they wrote those two out of this one. But I think they'll
They'll
definitely
all
be
come back.
in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
Jessica Drew is also in this.
Is that?
Spider-Woman?
Yes.
Yeah. The other Spider-Woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was all right.
Yep. I think she'll
I mean,
probably
she was-
have more to do in the next one.
It is very weird that she like never gets off her bike. Like she's always on her
it.
bike.
And she's also pregnant.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it is
So
interesting.
is she in a relationship with Spider-Man 2029?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
It's separate.
Yeah.
She talks about her husband though, right?
She does.
References her husband.
I don't know who it is. Yeah, but she does reference a husband.
And then in the alternate universe,
Oh yeah, we should. That's the twist. The twist
twist,
caught me
yeah.
off guard. I didn't expect it.
Well, there's
Until
a couple
certain
of hints actually that people have noticed. So obviously, if you know that she used the spider that bit him to send him to the universe, you'd know that he's gone to the wrong universe because the spider wasn't from his universe. But there was a hint when he's speaking to his mum in that universe, the alternate universe. His mum has brown eyes in his universe, but in the alternate one, she has green eyes.
And she also says,
I'm colorblind, so I didn't know.
she also said, you changed your hair. But
Yeah,
he
immediately.
did
Yeah.
She says that immediately, but he didn't change his hair.
Yeah.
And immediately I'm like, that's weird because he hasn't changed his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, it is it's a good pickup if you like closely if you have in your head the fact that you got bitten by a different universe of spider and then you carefully observe that she's using the spiders then you would know. But no, it is very cool. But it sounds like that chick that's doing that is also like she's good. As in she's not on Miguel O'Hara's side. I think she's
yeah. Well, she looks at Miles and then she presses the button.
So is Miguel O'Hara in that universe or is he in the other universe?
he's
Because we don't see where he is. Is he in?
he's from
No. Do you know how he goes to find Miles at the end? Did he go to Miles' original universe or did he go to that one?
I think I don't know actually. You don't actually know where he went, right? At
Yeah,
the end.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gwen doesn't know where he went either. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Gwen goes to his universe though.
she goes to his universe. Yeah,
Because
His
she knows where to
original.
go.
Yeah, his original universe.
like call back to the first movie. They tied him up to the punching bag like he ties up Peter B. Parker to the punching bag. So
It's a thing that Miles does.
yeah,
Ties people to punching bags.
so he's obviously going to get out of it.
But the Aaron Davies,
Do you think he's going to change that Miles to like the good side? I don't think he's just going to kill that Miles.
I think
Well-
he would defeat him and then
The other
he needs to find a way to escape the universe. I think.
the Prowler Miles was he seemed interested that his father was still alive in the other dimension.
Oh, yeah,
So
he might,
either he
however.
was involved in his father's death because maybe the Prowler was involved in some way in killing his own father in his universe, or he wants his father back. So maybe he wants to go to Mars's actual universe.
That
Interesting.
will be interesting
Yeah.
if he finds a way to go back and they're both trapped in alternate universes then.
Yeah.
It seems like that universe that he ends up going to where there's like this evil Miles Morales or a Prowler Miles, that seems like very downtrodden. It's like this Gotham-esque.
It's like
Yeah.
dark. Yeah.
We don't know if there's even a Spider-Man in that universe.
Yeah,
Or there
'cause-
isn't one.
Yeah.
Because
He says Spider-Man and she's
and
like,
they don't
"Well,
know because the spider that was meant to
Spider.
bite, went to another universe.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see if there's a Peter Parker in that universe.
Yeah. They'll probably.
I think that's actually going to be, I reckon that's going to be important.
If there's but the Peter
Because-
Parker will help him.
No, because I think that will prove whether it's important for like a Spider-Man to always happen. Like let's say there's a Peter Parker in that universe and he's actually good and he's actually is trying to essentially be a superhero and it actually was irrelevant whether a spider bit him or not. Then it will prove the point that
Or if
the whole spider thing is like a bonus, but like these Peter Parker people are like destined to be like, you know, whatever. Are destined to be, you know, good people, and so or whoever it is, you know, it doesn't matter. You don't need to have this spider be in that universe.
Yeah. So if Peter Parker is obviously he's not Spider-Man in that universe, as you were saying, if New York isn't infested with crime, then maybe it proves that you don't have to have a Peter Parker Spider-Man. But what if that New York is just like the worst? Like it's just.
But I think regardless, you don't have to have a Peter Parker Spider-Man anyway.
Yeah.
The universe has already proven that. Like when Stacy ends up being Spider-Man. You know?
Yeah, which is I mean, even
There's
that,
various types. I mean, Miguel O'Hara claims he was Spider-Man,
yeah.
right?
I think that spider was meant to bite Miles Morales though.
In that universe.
Yeah, because that's why I find out the Miles Morales in this universe to bite.
No, I think he just finds it in that it's near the Alchemax.
It's
And it
by
happens.
accident.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yep.
He's just like screwing around. Because he's in the area. He's like in the vicinity of the place where they're trying to do that multiverse thing.
Mm.
I don't think it went looking for him. I don't think any of them are like looking for anyone.
Yeah.
Or else all of them are supposed to bite a Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Right?
True. Yeah.
In which
Well,
case,
then most of them
Stacey's at fault. you know?
Yeah.
Most of
yep.
them are Peter Parkers, but yeah, it doesn't have to
But
be.
Ben Riley's not.
Yeah, but he's a.
There's a fucking Nick Cage one. There's a bloody Penny Parker. You know, like
I
there's
think
all
he's
these-
still Peter Parker, right? Nick Cage.
I think he is.
I think
Yeah.
so.
What is
Penny-
Peter
yeah.
Parker? Is he?
Yeah,
Well, Penny
Yeah.
Parker clearly isn't.
Yeah.
The bloody
Yeah.
pig's not.
Peter
Peter
Parker.
Parker.
Peter
yeah.
Parked car is not a Peter Parker.
Yeah,
You know, so like, yeah, I mean, I think we're seeing little glimpses of why that logic is
Doesn't
not
work,
true, and
yeah.
therefore it's not a fault. I don't think it's a fault of the movie. I think they're trying to actually go into that. They will explore that
yeah,
in the future, and it'll be interesting.
yeah. I mean, what's Spider-Man 2099's like? What's his motive?
What's his end game? I don't
Yeah,
know.
what's he trying
yeah.
to do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that'll be explored more in the
Yeah,
in the next
I think
one.
that's what it's
yeah.
going to be about.
Yeah.
yeah.
It might actually go into his story.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think they get into his, like, you know, every time they introduce a character and they show the comic book, and they don't really go into it because he gets interrupted, I think. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So they might go into that a bit more. Obviously, there's a bunch of Easter eggs that we just missed because there's so much happening on the screen. But they literally have every Spider-Man possible. One Spider-Man that is surely going to end up in the next one is the Japanese Spider-Man, because I don't think we saw him in this one.
Yeah. Yeah. We
Yeah.
didn't.
Which Japanese one? Isn't Penny Parker Japanese?
I think like Japanese, but there's a
in-
Japanese
there's
Spider-Man.
There's a live action Japanese.
It was
Spider-Man.
basically
Yeah.
Power Rangers, except it was Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So that might turn up, and
I do find it weird that I think the one thing they could improve with this whole Mumbatan, like, why did they have to have this Punjabi guy be the police
Captain
officer?
Singh.
It's Mumbai. Like, there's not that many Punjabi people around. It's not Delhi.
Don't be racist, man. There could be Punjabi
Mate,
people
we're all-
wherever you
we're all
want.
the same- we're all fucking the same race. We're all the same race. It's not racism. But yeah, it is.
Well, he's
interesting.
a Prabhakaran, so he's obviously not a Mumbai local either.
Well, Mumbai can have a lot of people, but not Punjabis. No. But it's just like, okay, I see you've taken an interesting stereotypical.
Yeah, it's pretty stereotypical. They
Yeah.
went for the basic name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's interesting because the Chinese market is not really open for movies anymore. So they've stopped sort of catering to that audience. So they used to, like the Transformers movies, which we were just talking about. They used to cater a lot to the Chinese audience, but maybe the new market is the Indian market. They're going to start trying to cater to that. It is the largest population on the planet now. All right. Anything else to cover on?
I was watching an interview for the guy who does the voice for the Indian dude, Pavitra.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, they just wanted him to have a rant. And so they asked him what he would like to say with white audiences. And so he's like,
Chai tea?
that's why he was like, fucking, why are we talking about chai tea? You don't call it TT. And why are we saying naan bread? It's not bread. And so he just went on this rant and they were like really happy with it. They're like, perfect.
But
Yeah,
it did.
right.
And he's like, I'm just really surprised they let me go on this rant. Because he's like he's like born in India. That guy. He's not like one of those brown guys that grew up in America. You can tell because he's got an Indian accent.
Oh, actual. Yeah.
So I think he like came to America late or immigrated quite late.
Yeah.
And so in the interview, he was like, "Yeah, like it's like a proper thing." I'm so surprised when bloody people call. It's good. I found a good value.
Last thing, I think the next one, since Sony does have access to all the Spider-Man movies and actors, do you think we'll see another reunion of Toby, Tom, and Andrew?
Yeah, I think they'll be in it. Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
Or it like into the Spider-Verse. I mean,
Yeah.
into the next Spider-Verse movie. I don't know if they will.
I think they will.
I
I
think
think
they've
at least one of them will be.
I think they've got so
What
much
about
going
Venom?
on. I reckon if anyone, Tom Holland, maybe they'll do it.
At
Maybe
least
Tom
one of them
Holland.
will be in it.
They might do Tom Holland, but I feel like they're
I
not
think
going to
that
do
would be
so
like
much.
too much of it. Like, it sounds like it would be a good idea, but I don't know if it will actually be a good idea if they had.
It'll
all
start,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is always confusing as well when you have like real animation and real
And
life
real, yeah.
combining.
Roger
They
Rabbit.
turned into bloody Space Jam, which is the bloody worst movie of all time.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
The new one or the old one?
Both.
I think that one of them will definitely show up. It might not be. There won't be a main character. They'll
Yeah.
be in it though. Yeah.
I think it might be Tom Holland potentially because he's still.
I wouldn't be surprised if all three of them show up though.
Well, fucking Ned's on the side just doing the magic ring thing.
Oh yeah, because he's got magic powers.
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
he?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Guess we obviously recommend
we do. Yes.
Across the Spider-Verse, so definitely go watch it if you still somehow listen to all our spoilers at this stage. If people want to get in touch with us or give us a review, how do they go about it?
You can comment below. We're on all social media platforms. Or all podcast platforms at Cognitive Recalibration.
Yes.
We'll tell you about the swords in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. You can catch us on TikTok, Instagram as well with our reels. Okay. Thanks, Rudy, for joining us
Yes.
once again for Spider-Man.
Yes.
We'll get you back for the Marvels. Since Captain Marvel's your favorite
Hell yeah.
character.
He loves her.
Fuck yeah. When's that coming out?
Oh, I think it's like November or something.
I'm actually not bad at it. I'm not mad at the trailer. It was all right.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't too bad.
What do you think of Miss Marvel
The
show?
I don't think
The
you
show.
watched it, did you?
I did.
Okay. Yeah.
It was okay. It was like a very casual viewing, sort of. There's nothing really going on. It was a bit stupid.
Yeah.
Like the storylines were a bit dumb.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's very fake. I didn't like the fake sets. The fake Indian
fake
sets.
Pakistan.
You can always tell when it's fake India or fake Pakistan because, like, bro, it's like
Because
it's
no
not
one's
dusty.
cooking pani puri in the background.
Yeah, and no one's shitting in the background. They're not walking through the slums. It's all clean. There's no dust and pollution in the air.
They should film in Manhattan currently.
Yeah, apparently it's like the most polluted place in the world.
Yeah, all the fires from Canada coming.
Yeah.
Pretty Instagrammable photos though.
Yeah.
All right. Next week we've got a couple of things. We're going to be watching Transformers. What's this one called?
Rise of the Beast.
Rise of the Beast. After this,
Can't wait.
in advanced screening, and then Flash is also coming out this week.
That'll be
and
fun.
There's a advanced screening tomorrow, I think. So
Let's go.
potentially,
Let's go. You going to work tomorrow? You going to work tomorrow?
I'm also working, but the show's in the night, so we could always go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Cool. So that to look forward to. But
What other movies are coming out? Anything else on the radar?
after Flash, there's Indiana Jones.
Yep, your
Ah, who
favorite.
cares?
Yeah, Indiana Jones. And then in July, there's Mission Impossible.
No, I don't care.
Really? You didn't like the last one?
What was the last one? The one with
Henry Cavill.
That was good. That was a while ago though.
Yeah. It's like 4 years
I'll
ago.
only like it if he's in it again though.
No,
He's not.
he died a horrific death in that movie, so I don't think he's coming back.
His
And
mustache just left him as well.
yeah, I mean he's not Superman or Witcher, so yeah, he's doing other stuff now.
They might pull a Fast and the Furious and just bring it back from the dead.
Yeah. And then there's Oppenheimer and Barbie coming out
yeah.
on the same
Oh,
day.
Barbie, it's not out yet.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people are so hyped for Barbie. Why are people hyped for it?
So he's hyped. Ask him. He's hyped for it.
That's because you're a fan of
I'm a
deep fakes.
favorite.
But like,
It's a good director, I guess.
Yeah,
She's
she makes
yeah.
good movies. Yeah.
Yeah. She made it's an unusual choice for this kind of movie. She made like Little Women and Lady Bird and yeah.
so
Yeah.
it might actually end up being more deep than what it.
I don't think it's as superficial as the trailer showed it to be.
So
Yeah.
It's going to actually be talking about something worth
Yeah.
listening to. Okay.
So if you're just joining us, Bhaskar, one of our other guests, he has a bet on with Taran that what was it?
He
That-
said he would eat a sock
He would
if
eat a sock.
Barbie's better than Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way it's going to be better than Oppenheimer.
I reckon it could be better than Oppenheimer.
You guys are idiots. You didn't like Tenet, and that's why you guys are fucking stupid. And I should never agree to this fucking podcast. I'm going to drop this mic.
Oppenheimer's going to be a yeah.
It's
I
not-
think it'll be good.
it's not
but
good.
Yeah.
It's not non-fictional. It's an actual. They're making a story out of it.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be fully based on the true story. I don't think.
Oh, so it's
It'll be
it's-
like Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be like
Dunkirk,
yeah.
Dunkirk. I think Barbie will be better than Dunkirk.
Huh?
Dunkirk's okay. Like it's not bad, but it's
You're
nothing-
legitimately a fucking idiot. It's unreal how much this guy's a fucking retard.
Dunkirk's like I don't hate it. I watch it. I'm like, yeah, this is a pretty good movie, but I'm
It's
never going to watch it
incredible.
again.
It's so good. It's unreal how it's put together. I'm so glad I
better
don't
than
listen to your
Tenet.
opinions about
It's
movies.
better than Tenet.
It's
yeah.
better than Tenet.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I find them very similar.
Yeah.
Tenet is
Christopher Nolan doesn't
unreal.
make like bad movies.
No,
like
he's
all of them
always
are pretty
been-
good.
Tenet is
but yeah.
unbelievable. Unbelievably good. Just because you didn't understand it, bro. Just because the music was a bit too loud because you chose the wrong cinema to watch it.
All right. Well, we've got all that to look forward to. So thanks everyone for watching or listening today.
What about
Hope you-
new Telugu movies coming out?
There's Tune.
All right, let's end the podcast.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Hope you like the intro music.